Happy people normally do stable things, okay? And they are not constantly in need of extremely stimulating situations because they are happy with their lives. Hi angels, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel for all my new subscribers. Hi, my name is Aisha Christina. Very nice to meet you. If this is the first video that you are seeing of mine, well, you are in luck because this is a very good topic. I mean, all the topics that I talk about are pretty good, but that's just my opinion. Make sure that you guys give this video a big thumbs up. If you're new, this is what we do here. You give the video a thumbs up because you love me. And if you are a returning subscriber, then you already know the drill by now, and I'm assuming you already did that. Thank you so much. Thanks in advance. Make sure that you guys are following me on Instagram at Aisha Christina Foster. Also, remember that my podcast comes out. Yes, I have a podcast that comes out every Wednesday, so make sure that you guys are checking that out. And if you'd like a personal consultation with me, please check my Wizio link in the description box down below. And of course, make sure that you're subscribed to this channel if you haven't already, and make sure those post notifications are turned on so that you are notified every single time that I post. Now, let's get into this video. So I feel like I get so many questions about how to know if a guy really wants to be with you, all these things, how to get him to commit, how to do this, how to do that. But a lot of this stems from just having the awareness of knowing whether or not someone is even emotionally available, or how to know if someone is emotionally unavailable. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about how to know if someone is emotionally unavailable. This may be obvious to some, this may resonate with you, and if it does, well then, hello baby, you have a sign, okay? If you are looking for a sign, then this is it. If any of the guys that you talk to fall into any of these categories or do any of these things, well, you have your answer. So these types of guys are going to come in many forms, okay? Which we will discuss. I know this is an unpopular opinion, but this could also look like having an addiction to working out, you know? Think about what it is when you're working out. Having an addiction to working out, oh yeah, you're just pumping iron all day long. You're kind of getting used to just like working out and like, you know those types of like guys that have the lobster bodies and they just walk around basically kind of like douchebags, you know, and it's a form of getting those endorphins going, like great, you know, good for you, but there's nothing going on outside of that. Like they're just a body, okay? And they may have, I'm sure they have a body that may look great, but that's all that there is to it. There's literally nothing else. So someone that is emotionally unavailable, I know this seems crazy, but this is the type of person that's gonna avoid a lot of emotion. This could look like someone that has an addiction to working out. Next is creeping on girls, you know, social media. We all know the guy that is following 1 million girls on Instagram, okay? Every time, you know, you're with this guy or you check on this guy's page, okay? His followers, the amount of people that he follows is going up by the tens, okay? And no, he's not getting follows back necessarily at the same rate that he's following people. But of course, that's going to make you feel some type of way. You know what I mean? You know, not for nothing. I remember one time I dated this guy and I just noticed that it did make me feel like weird and uncomfortable, because it's like every single time I would check his social media, I would feel like he's following like way more girls, like specifically. It's not like, think about this in general. How many times in your ordinary life do you just press follow every single person that you like the way they look? I mean, regardless of what, you know, your orientation is, how many times are you going and just like following people's pages every single day? Come on. Like that is definitely going to be a sure sign that someone is an extremely emotionally unavailable person when they participate in activities like this. And don't let them fool you and tell you, oh my God, it's just social media. Well, if it's just social media, then why are you acting like it's your job? Are you getting paid to follow these girls? What was that? No, you're not. So enough. Cut it out, because I'm not buying what you're selling. Next, we have alcoholism. This is going to numb your emotions, okay? This is gonna be the guy that every single week, he's trying to go out and get blacked out. He's trying to go out and get wasted. This is probably gonna look like the guy that pokes a hole in the side of the beer can and he's drinking it sideways in 3 seconds, and then throwing it away and going, let's go, bro, and pounding his chest. That's what that's gonna look like. Yeah. Nothing about that says, I'm ready, I'm mature, and I'm willing to commit. I'm ready to settle down. Nothing about that says that, okay? That is, Fratty McFrat, okay? And I didn't sign up for this, and it's time to let it go. Like, I'm telling you, I wish I didn't have to come from experience saying this, but I do in this case, okay? Same guy that I was actually referencing before. This guy is like downing beers like sideways every 5 seconds, crushing the can. Oh yeah, bro. Pounding his chest, trying to go out every single weekend. Like, I'm picking this guy up like after he's like wasted, like doing all these stuff. This is an unreliable person. This is someone that's trying to numb their emotions, okay? Next, we also have guys that are smoking Juuls every 5 seconds and smoking weed to relax. You know, I just smoke weed, like just to relax. Now listen, I'm not here to tell you what to do in your personal life. I personally do not smoke weed. Whatever you choose to do recreationally is on you. But again, I'm bringing this up because we all know the difference between someone that is like doing this because they can't live without it, okay? Like they wake up, well, I'm gonna wake up and roll, wake and bake, as they call it. Enough. It's sitting on very much, I'm in high school, I play video games, I don't have anything else to do. So you mean you wake up and you've already made the decision that you hate life and that you've already woken up and realized that you need to relax. This means that you have no sort of regulation to relax on your own. And that's what I believe to be true, okay? I understand maybe you want to do something for fun here and there, whatever the case is, that is on you. But if you're going to be dating someone, I'm sure we all have, experienced guys or known guys that it's like all they do all day is just like smoke weed all day long, or they're like smoking that Juul and like puffing into, like, what do you need this like pacifier for, little baby? Yeah, that's what it is. And it's an adult pacifier. That is what it is, okay? Like, this is not making any sense to me. I don't understand why grown men are participating in behavior like this. The other day I went out too, and this guy was like smoking a Juul very oddly. Like he was like hiding it. Like he covered it with his whole hand and he was like, oh, I can see you. Are you trying to hide? I mean, we're having a conversation. You're literally sitting in front of me. Like, what's the point of like this whole disguise thing? Like, I'm not really understanding. And as soon as I saw that, I'm not going to lie, because I feel like I'm like a self-proclaimed human psychologist. I'm just like, oh, he has some sort of like, anxiety hang-up sort of problem. And I'm sure we all deal with anxiety. I'm not anxiety shaming, but I see it. Like, that means it must be real bad, because the fact that you need to like do this thing like habitually, like, where's my Juul? Where's my Juul? Like, I don't really want to participate. Next, we have guys that have an addiction to like stocks and trading. Why is this significant? And it can also represent emotional unavailability, is because they are addicted to these temporary highs, okay? Of like, whoa, let's go. Yeah, it's up. The market's up. The market's up. Embarrassingly enough, the person that I was actually referencing that I like dated in the past had an addiction to like stocks. I realized now that I'm thinking about this, like he was obsessed with like trading, doing all this stuff. And a lot of people, if you even know a little bit about like the stock market and things like that, and I'm not even talking about knowing how it operates, but we all know that those people love a little Adderall situation and a little Cokie Okie Dokie, okay? Like, we know how that kind of goes. And those people tend to be people that are very addicted to like that high of like, whoa, I just like the stock just went up. Yeah. Like, you want to stay away from people like that, because everything to them is a game. All right. Next, I want you guys to understand that to people like this, your time doesn't matter, okay? They don't care if you have, taken time out of your busy, routine to, make time to see them or spend time to see them. They keep on avoiding the chance to spend valuable time with you, okay? And spend time together. That is a very big sign of someone that is going to be emotionally unavailable. So because these people are always like misunderstanding you, it's honestly because they're not tapped into anything that you say. And then whatever they piece together, whatever they feel like however they interpreted something that you said, they're going to be offended by it. And believe it or not, they're not doing this on purpose. It comes naturally to them because they're in selfish mode. They don't care about anything that you have to say. Whenever you share something with them, they take it the wrong way. They make you doubt yourself for feeling however you feel. And of course, feeling misunderstood and dismissed is very disappointing. It's frustrating, okay? Especially when you're trying to like bond with someone and get closer to them and make a relationship work. So it's not going to be something that you expect when you're in a relationship where someone's going to make you feel like, oh my God, you're walking on eggshells. Okay. These people are also going to be very defensive. Okay. They're not comfortable with sharing their emotions and feelings, and they're pretty much defensive about any and everything, especially if you hit a nerve and something happens to be true. Okay. About them. So they're going to avoid trying to get close to you so that you can't understand them. So of course, whenever you say something that like strikes a chord and they don't recognize it, they're going to of course feel very seen and exposed. Okay. And these people, they don't recognize or confront their emotions, okay? Of course, they're just going to be defensive about it and they're going to be rude. And they can also create, space in between you guys so that they can stay away from like feeling vulnerable and seen in this situation. People that are, emotionally unavailable are also not going to be affectionate, right? Why would they? Okay. Being in a relationship is going to require vulnerability and intimacy and understanding and sharing. Okay. But people that are emotionally unavailable, the romantic and intimate part of the relationship does not work like that. Okay. They are usually the people that are going to be experts in turning, the other person off and not making an effort to be more affectionate. Okay. The relationship is going to feel more of like a weird friendship sort of situation. There's no romance or spark. These are going to be the guys that kind of have you in a situationship. This is exactly what this is going to look like. This is going to look like the guy that Netflix and chills you. You come over, you're spending time because why? You like him. You guys end up, having sexy time. And then next thing you know, it's like a consistent thing. So you're thinking, oh, he likes me. We've been seeing each other, twice a week for the past 2 months. And then you obviously feel like, I do want more. Like, I would appreciate it if, we could maybe go somewhere and I'm not just coming over here only at night, sort of thing. And even in you saying that, you are nervous because clearly they haven't done it yet. And it's not really that comfortable to feel like, wow, I just spent the past 2 months being naked with somebody that clearly doesn't think I'm worth a dinner or something formal at all. That's what that type of situation is going to look like. And then they may turn it on you and be like, wow, I didn't really know it was on that type of vibe, but okay, I hear what you're saying, but they're not really going to do anything about it and be proactive. They're just going to keep everything the same and probably ghost you after. You know why? Because for them, emotions are a sign of weakness, okay? Why do you think that they are emotionally unavailable? Well, it's because they think that emotions make you feel obviously vulnerable or make you look vulnerable, right? And obviously people that are like this, they don't want to be vulnerable. They don't want to open up to someone. They don't want to share personal experiences, issues, because that's going to make you bond with someone and make you, get attached to someone or maybe even value someone. They want to live an emotion-free life, okay? And they don't want to feel anything about anything, all right? So having this type of, person in a relationship is not only toxic, but it can also end very abruptly, which is, like I said, ends up in ghosting, all right? Especially when it feels like they are getting emotional. So to you, this could feel like, oh my God, what happened? Everything was good. He just disappeared. And then you may think, maybe he really likes me so much because he obviously felt so strongly about me that he walked away. So you want to do the brave old thing. Well, let me just speak to him because clearly I know he likes me, but maybe he just can't voice it. It is not on you to go and baby people like this. If you're an adult, you need to understand the consequences of your actions. Whatever you don't value, you will lose, right? So if you do not value someone's connection and the more you truly understand your worth and your value as an individual, and this is not coming from the mindset of yeah, I deserve this, I deserve that. I'm not talking about that. I'm being actually serious. When you actually know your value as a friend, as a partner, as an individual, you're simply not going to convince someone that you're worthy of effort, you're just not going to do that. There's a reason why certain car brands also, they don't even advertise, they don't even make commercials, because the target market that they're looking for is not going to be sitting around watching TV. The target market that they're looking for, they know what's good. They know that these cars and things like that are available. So they don't even have to expend their budget making commercials and advertising and doing all these things to show that they're worth being purchased. Do you understand what it is that I'm saying? You should not have to convince someone of your worth, okay? So in addition to that, emotionally unavailable people could also look like people that are not flexible at all, okay? You should never expect these types of people to change even a bit for you, okay? They live pretty much a controlled and, scheduled life where everything should be practical. So they might show, fear or avoidance when it comes to committing to things, And this actually is something I wanted to talk about too. People that are emotionally unavailable can honestly be very, very strict, regimented people. Anything that's different than their day-to-day life, like get up, go to the gym, go to work, come back home, eat, sit for an hour, maybe watch a TV show, maybe scroll on Instagram for a bit, go to bed. You break up any of that routine and that monotony, and all of a sudden their whole world flips upside down. They don't know how to handle it. You're too much for them. Yeah. Scheduling you into, factoring you into their day or anything. This is what I'm talking about, angels. If somebody makes you feel I don't even want to ask him for a dinner or anything like that because I know he's so busy. These are the type of guys that are going to ride on the coattail of that. Yeah, she knows I'm busy. I don't really care. They're not even thinking about it really at all because they know that, you know that they're busy. You like them. So you want to try and fit yourself into their schedule. They're never going to make time for you. And when you try to have a conversation about it, well, they're just going to make you feel all right, well, I don't really want to kind of do this. And they're going to start doing what? Communicating with you less because they want to relinquish themselves of potentially having that, responsibility. And lastly, a sign that someone is emotionally unavailable is that they're probably going to be perfection seekers, okay? They think of themselves as perfect, and that's why they think that everyone else must be perfect too, okay? No matter what, they often try to find a flaw in the person that they're with, or if they can't find any way, they end up being, very anxious, okay? They need you to be flawed so that they can give you the excuse of your flaws, okay, when they want to end everything. And that is how they make their good old grand exit, okay? They're going to make you feel well, you're just not good enough, okay? Or, oh my God, what do you mean I don't want to see you? That this is my schedule. This is what I do. And it's in your head, you're going to feel crazy. You're going to start to feel okay, well, if I thought we had something going on, I thought we had a connection, then why does it feel like you're not making any effort? But I promise you, if they want to go out with the guys after, work and go to the bar or do whatever it is that they're doing, they're going to make time for it. And they are doing it actually. Okay. Please look out for all these type of, signs and behavioral patterns that these types of people tend to have. These are all the telltale signs of someone that is going to be emotionally unavailable. So that is the end of this video, angels. I hope that you guys have enjoyed it. If you guys have an extra tip that you want to add to, maybe there's something that I missed or left out, or maybe if you even want to share your story, let me know in the comment section below. Come say hi. I always respond to you guys. Don't be scared. I don't bite or anything. With that being said, angels, do not forget that I love you and God loves you, and I'll see you beautiful angels in my next video. Mwah.